What is going on, everybody, and Happy New Year's to you. Hope you've had a wonderful New Year's Eve. Hope 2024 was all that and more, and hope 2025 is going to be the best year yet. It's going to be the best year yet right here on Ravens Rundown because I'm your host, Joey Petersen, bringing these live shows every single Tuesday, giving you a video every day of the week, and your Baltimore Ravens are just, a few days away from officially being in the mode of postseason play. We got a lot to talk about on today's show. We got a double dose of great news to start us off. Then we're going into a little bit of a Ravens versus Browns preview. Then we're going to follow it up. Our last segment, no mailbag today. Last segment of the day is going to be the NFL is screwed for letting this happen for the Baltimore Ravens. All right, that's what we got on tap today. Thanks again, every single one of you, for joining us in today's show. I want to hear from y'all. What is your New Year's resolution? Let me know in the comment section down below. We got 50 people watching. Already got 9 likes. Make sure to like it up as well. We got Mark Wilson saying, what's up? Corday Fire saying, yo. Mr. Cheeseman 90 saying, yo. Devin Burley was waiting. Corday saying, Happy New Year's. Lynn Jixu saying, happy, or hi, Joey. Ottoman saying, hello, everyone. This is your host, Ottoman and Joey. Happy New Year. Time Man, Happy New Year to you. King Xavier, appreciate the love. SC. What is going on? It better be if we start 2025 if with a Super Bowl appearance. Lynn Jixu is saying, I'll see you when you go live for Browns vs. Ravens. You better. Anthony Ferguson saying, back in here. What's up? Corday saying, it's thundering like crazy in my area. Ottoman Empire says to start making videos. That's good. King Xavier says to have fun. Dick Togo saying no more booze. That's a good one. Good luck tonight with that one, man. Hey, New Year starts tomorrow. Then Raven 76B more saying Happy New Year's from South Florida. Anthony, Happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year's to every single one of y'all. Prince is in here. Happy New Year, y'all. We are hyped to win the Lombardi. Speaking of Prince, I said on my video this last weekend, whoever types BAL the most will get a special shout out on Tuesday's live show. This one's going to Prince. He got the most in the comment section on that video. So shout out to you, my friend. Keep letting me know what your New Year's resolutions are. I think mine is I want to run a marathon at some point in this year. Whether it's like an official one, not a full marathon, a half marathon. Whether it's like official where I do it in a race and you get a number, blah, blah, all that stuff. Or it is just like I go out and run 13.1 miles just at some point in the day. That's my New Year's resolution for 2025. You guys let me know yours down below. Devin's already typing the BALs. Devin Burley said to watch all Ravens games. That's a pretty good one. That is a pretty good one, my friend. Well, like today's video, if you haven't already, 51 people watching. We have 17 likes. The goal for today's stream is to get us to 50 likes. Bang! We got a $5 super chat coming from my man, Lil Bryson, which I did not even expect to get a super chat today, so I wasn't even ready for it, but now I'm getting ready, my friend. You know, they say if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. Unfortunately, I wasn't staying ready. I was not staying ready, but Bryson, my man Lil Bryson, I got you. You're going up on screen, my friend. You're going up on screen. Lil Bryson, a new member of the bank, that is. Shout out to him. Shout out to all of the members. $5 super chat saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Get those me's in the chat. Like today's stream. Lil Bryson, thanks so much for that $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. Hope you have an awesome New Year's plan. Hope you get to be with family, get to be with friends. Let's see what people are doing tonight. We got 48 votes, seeing whether people are going out or staying in. We got 63% of people staying in, 37% of people going out. I, as of right now, am going out. However, I got to work until 10:30 probably because I am doing the stream for the college football playoff game tonight, which if you guys have nothing to do, if you guys are just hanging out, go ahead and join us for that. I'll be on the call for the Penn State-Boise State game on our main chat sports channel. It's coming out with us then. But we'll probably get out of work at probably around 10:30. So at that point, I just don't know if there's going to be like any bars open or anything like that. So I'm probably going to stay in. That's probably what I'm going to do. Alrighty. That is going to do it for the little bit of a build-up portion that we've got. I'm ready to get into some Ravens items if you guys are. First segment coming up on today's show. Ravens get a double dose of great news. What is that? You got to stick around to find out. Happy New Year to every single person watching. Really appreciate all the love and support I've gotten for all of 2024. Cannot wait to see what 2025 brings for the Baltimore Ravens, for this channel, and for every single one of you guys. On today's show, we're breaking down the double dose of great news the Baltimore Ravens got. The first news item has to do with the Cleveland Browns. We'll break that down a little bit. And then on the back half of today's show, we're talking a little bit more in depth about the Ravens. Has to do with a little bit of an injury report. A little teaser there. Stick around. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. This is big. We've been doing a 2024 sub race with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it is coming down to the wire. They're at 6,695 subs on the year. We are at 6,673 subs. Just 22 behind them. This is the last day we can make the push past the Steelers. If you guys hate them, and if you guys love me and love this channel, you'll do one thing for me. You'll hit that sub button. We got the best Ravens content money can buy on YouTube. That's the best part about it. Money doesn't have to buy it. It's free. So make sure you hit that sub button. Alrighty, the first bit of great news that we have today on your Baltimore Ravens is Cleveland's quarterback catastrophe. Hit you guys with a little bit of an alliteration there. I wasn't an English major, but hey, sometimes I still got some things in my bag. This tweet coming from Akron Jackson, Zach Jackson. He covers the Baltimore Ravens. If you're not Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns. If you're for some reason a Cleveland Browns fan, you're watching this, hit him up on Twitter. He's a good follow. He says, Stefanski says Browns will work through the QB situation this week. Quote from Stefanski, their head coach. Certainly a chance I could play Bailey Zappi and Dorian in this game. So why is this great news, you ask? Well, I'm going to answer that. Because those two options at quarterback are pretty atrocious. Okay, let's start with talking about Dorian Thompson-Robinson, that is. Almost said Dorian Finney-Smith. Dorian Thompson-Robinson is 51% completion percentage this year in 2024. He's played 6 games. He's averaging 106 yards per game. He has 0 touchdowns of the year, and he's thrown 6 interceptions. He was a great story coming out of the XFL. One of those stories you kind of rooted for. Wanted to be a bigger deal. Wanted him to kind of make a bigger name for himself. But then he's gotten in the NFL, and it is obvious, ladies and gentlemen, he cannot play in this league. Plain and simple. Now, there wasn't just him that was mentioned by Coach Stefanski. He also mentioned possibly Bailey Zappi getting a little bit of play. Well, Bailey Zappi hasn't really played this year at all. But last year, played 10 games with the New England Patriots and left little to be desired, to put it nicely. Okay, 59.9% completion percentage, 127.2 yards a game. He had 6 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, right? All in 10 games. So in my opinion, you kind of had the best of both worlds here. You have to choose, and you're probably going to see 2 guys, both of which have really struggled playing quarterback. Okay? And so I want to ask you guys, before we talk about this a little bit more in depth, which of these 2 players would you rather see? Who do you want to start? Who do you want to play this weekend against the Baltimore Ravens? Okay? Is it Dorian Thompson-Robinson? If so, type DTR. Is it Bailey Zappi? If so, give me a BZ down below. You're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So make time go by faster. Make that ad break go by a little bit faster. So go down to the comment section. Find the pinned comment, and reply for me with a DTR or a BZ. And the reason why this is such great news is because you don't see a guy like Jameis Winston in that equation. Stefanski said Jameis Winston would most likely be the team's emergency third quarterback. And that's great because although Jameis Winston played bad enough in the most recent weeks to get benched, the last time you played this team, he was starting quarterback and he lit you up. 65.9% completion percentage, 334 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, and a passer rating of 115.3. One of the highest of his career, okay? And so, I get it. He's had an up and down season. We happen to be the up. Everybody else has kind of happened to be the down. But that's the thing about Jameis and the Jameis Winston experience, is he can go out there, he can light you up for 300 any game of the week, any day of the week. But the guys like Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Bailey Zappi, those guys, in my opinion, don't have that ability. They don't have that home run hitter ability. They're not going to put 350 on you. You know who will? You know who can? Jameis Winston can, okay? And I get it. This defense looks drastically different since week 8. And a lot of that has been because of what Zach Orr has been able to do with this defense, okay? He has been phenomenal, and I want to give him his flowers. He has been a big reason that this team has seen such a big change. And so even if Jameis Winston was playing, I'd feel really good about this team's chance to still win that ballgame. But the fact that you're going to see Dorian Thompson-Robinson and or Bailey Zappi, I think we all can agree that's a pretty great news. Not to even put on not even mentioning the fact that at this point they're playing for a draft pick. They're not playing to win games. You can't let that get in your mind, but that's the reality of the situation. Going back to Zach Orr, do you like the way or love the way that he has turned things around? I sure do. If you guys agree with me, go ahead and like today's video. Show your support for Zach Orr and all that he's been doing so far in 2024. Before we go any further in today's video, I got to talk about Prize Picks because it's playoff time and it's now or never. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks. The best place to win cash while watching the playoffs, and you can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts, like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineup. This week, think Lamar Jackson will get more than 250 passing yards? What about Patrick Mahomes? More than 1.5 touchdowns. Cook up hot takes with your friends. Win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. I got a little bit of a mixed bag. I know I usually pick Ravens. I wanted to kind of go against the fold here, against the grain. So I got the more on Jamar Chase, 95.5 receiving yards. The more on Jackson Smith and Jigba, 72.5 receiving yards. And the less on Calvin Ridley, 68.5 receiving yards. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need a win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. And the second dose of today's great news has to do with the positivity surrounding the Ravens injury report. And when you're talking about an injury report, it's kind of unlikely you've got a lot of good things to say about it, but that's kind of the opposite of the case when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens. This tweet coming from Jeff Zreback today saying running back Rasheen Ali returned to practice. Not practicing, Justice Hill, concussion/illness, Ronnie Stanley, illness, Patrick Ricari, illness, Nandi Metabike, and then Jalen Armour Davis, both of them with hamstring injuries. Now, let's talk a little bit about Ronnie Stanley and Patrick Ricari, because I know what you're saying. You're saying, Joey, you just listed our second-string running back, who's our best pass-catching back, and you listed 2 of our starting offensive linemen. Well, the good news about all this is they're just dealing with an illness. They're not dealing with anything like an actually physical bodily harm injury, right? And yesterday, Harbaugh said that Stanley and McCarry are dealing with flu-like symptoms, and he's optimistic that they'll practice tomorrow. Now, they didn't practice today, but the fact that they're just dealing with a sickness, although it's the flu, and although it obviously looks like it's contagious and it's bad enough to be keeping them out of practice, I would much rather them be dealing with a flu than be dealing with an ankle injury. a wrist injury, a shoulder injury, a hamstring injury, anything you can name, would much rather than be dealing with that than this. Now let's talk about Justice Hill. This tweet coming from Jonas Schaefer just yesterday. He said, John Harbaugh said running back Justice Hill is expected to play Saturday. He was sick for today's practice. Also was sick. That was yesterday, and he also was sick for today's practice as well. Okay? So if you look at this, did not practice, right? When you go down the line, you see Jalen Armour-Davis, third-string cornerback. Those middle three guys, those are guys that should be back soon and will be back soon. And then you look at that last guy, Noti BK, which, sure, he's your starting defensive tackle. That's a bigger one, really, than any of them on this list. But he practiced on Monday. So you got to think it's not that bad of an injury if he was just practicing yesterday. It's probably just a precautionary day, okay? And this great news is just like, I don't want to say it's mind-blowing to me, but I think it's overshadowed. Okay? I think a lot of times you can see guys on the injury report and you can feel bad for yourself, feel bad for your team, and say, man, we just keep getting crushed time and time again by injuries. But that could not be more of the opposite case for Baltimore. Okay? If you look at total points missed due to injury, this means a player's expected points added per snap. How many of those do you have injured? How many of those altogether are not playing for your team? Well, the Detroit Lions lead with 158. New Orleans Saints, 149. Cleveland Browns, 141. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 136. Who is down there at 32nd in the NFL? It's the Baltimore Ravens with 33. Okay? And even just throwing it back to last year, let's look at New Year's Eve, 2023. The injured reserve list. So not just the did not practice, the injured reserve. Could not practice. Could not play. You had Ardarius Washington, who was our current starting safety, David Ajabo, Keaton Mitchell, who was a dynamic back last year, Mark Andrews, and J.K. Dobbins. So your two starting running backs, the franchise leader in touchdown catches in Mark Andrews, and this year's starting safety, Ardarius Washington. All of those guys are on that list. So you don't even have to compare it to any other team this year. You just have to compare it to what this team looked like last year. And it is night and day different. So do you want to keep the good luck rolling? Simple yes or no question. If you're answering yes, go ahead and like the video for me. And if you don't want to keep the good luck rolling, then I don't even know what you're still doing, okay? But if you do like the video, keep us injury-free, and I'll see y'all next time. All righty, there is segment number 1. Oh my goodness. We got some super chats rolling in. Let's get you guys on screen. What an electric day. Happy New Year's to me. Happy New Year's to you all. First one, $5 super chat coming in from Corday Fire. Ravens Nation, we gonna win this Super Bowl. Could not agree more, my friend. Then also from Corday Fire, yo, Joey, do you think Baltimore Ravens would go to the Super Bowl this season? Happy New Year's, everyone. Well, Happy New Year's to you, Corday. Thank you so much for those 2 super chats. $5 more, Corday, and you will be in the bank. You'll get a shout out on every single watch party, and you get to join our Chat Sports Club. I don't have my piggy bank with me, but we'll get you in it next time, okay? Like the next live watch party, we'll get you in it. Let's answer your question, though. I think they can. I really do. Now, if you would have asked me this question probably, 6 weeks ago, I would have said no. I would have said they've got a ceiling because of how their defense was. But now, when you're looking at things and you see how this defense has been playing, and you see the turnaround that they've made with Zach Orr, Ardarius Washington, Kyle Hamilton, the whole bunch, it's got me really confident in this team. I do think they can win a Super Bowl, okay? I think the Chiefs are a ticking time bomb. I know they've only lost 1 game this year, but they've won about 10 of them in 1-score affairs. I think they're bound to lose at some point. The Buffalo Bills, never been able to get it down in the postseason. I think that continues this year because I just don't know if they have any great weapons at wide receiver. I think this AFC is wide open. I think you got a really good chance. I really do. Thanks so much for the super chats, Corday. Really appreciate you and your support. Let's see. SC said it's Super Bowl or people are getting traded, cut, and fired. Yikes, SC. I like it. Pat DeCaro says, Happy New Year, Joey. Do a Ray Lewis dance at midnight for us. God bless, brother. Pat, God bless you, my friend. Appreciate you hanging out with us on today's show. I'll get a don't you worry. I'll get a Ray Lewis dance going tonight, right at midnight. I promise. A lot of Happy New Year's in the chat. A lot of BALs in the chat. We got Pat saying Happy New Year 2025 to the flock. Prince, Adrian won the raffle last week. That's who won it. Adrian, which is my really good friend's sister. So congrats to her, and appreciate, again, everybody who was in on the raffle last week, who's already super chatted today. It means the world. Really do appreciate it. What are you guys doing tonight for New Year's Eve? Y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know if you're going anywhere, you're just hanging out at home. 44 likes, 91 people watching. Let's get to 50 likes, okay? Let's get to 50 likes. Once we get to 50 likes, I'll start with our next segment, okay? I'll start with our next segment. Mike, why are you surprised I'm here, my friend? We got Chevantavius. Do you want to play the Steelers? Why or why not? Me personally, I'm trying to get the Steelers own you crap out of the way. I get what you're saying, but I would much rather play the Chargers than the Steelers for multiple reasons. I actually am going to put out a video on Thursday talking about this, so tune in then. But they're an LA team going to a cold weather state and playing outside. I think that is a massive advantage for you. I think the Chargers can make some noise in the future with Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert. I think this year might be a little too early for them. And also, Justin Herbert's only played one playoff game. I think the Steelers can outcoach you. I think their defensive line is something that needs to be looked at and like that people need to be, I don't want to say afraid of, but people need to recognize how dominant it is. And also, before this last win, you lost what? All the last four before that? So I'd rather play the Chargers. I think you could beat both teams. I think you could beat the Steelers. I really do. But if you're asking me of those two teams, which one I would play, I would take the Chargers 10 days out of 10. Another $5 super chat. And Corday, you, my friend, are in the bank. Let's go, baby. Shout out, Corday. I'm going to get you on screen, my friend. Don't worry. I see your question. It's coming up here shortly. 73 people watching. We got to 55 likes. After we get to this super chat, we're going to start our next segment, which is a little bit of a preview for Ravens versus Browns. This one coming in from Corday Fire. One last question. How do you feel about Lamar and Henry being 99 overall in Madden? Corday, I freaking love it, man. I think it's so well-deserved. I think nobody deserves it more than those two guys. I just think, like, what they've turned this team into, what Lamar has turned this franchise into offensively has just been phenomenal. The addition of Derrick Henry has just been phenomenal, and they're the two best players, in my opinion, at their positions in this league, okay? You could argue maybe Saquon over Derrick Henry. They're two different kinds of backs, but man, I think it's well-deserved, and I absolutely love it. All righty, everybody. Let's go ahead and go into a little bit of Browns, Ravens preview. Stick around. Let's get started. In just about 24 hours, maybe a little bit more, your Baltimore Ravens can lock down the AFC North in the number 3 seed in the playoffs. Unfortunately, I guess fortunately maybe, the Cleveland Browns are the only thing standing in their way. Welcome into Ravens Rundown, everybody. I am your host, Joey Petersen. We got Browns. We got Ravens kicking off tomorrow, 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern. I'll be live for it, so come hang out with us then. But right now, your Baltimore Ravens are a 17.5-point favorite. The total over-under is 41.5. So Vegas likes Baltimore in this one, and I do too. Do you want to lock down the 3 seed this weekend? Do you want to lock it down? Because if so, Go ahead and spam those threes for me in the comment section down below. I want to hear every single one of y'all as many times as you can. Let's start with a little bit of an injury update. Wide receiver Cedric Tillman was placed on injured reserve this week. And you might be asking me, Joey, why are we talking about Cedric Tillman? Like, he doesn't have that great of stats. He's only second-year wide receiver. He hasn't really done much. Well, if you remember, last time you played the Browns, Cedric Tillman caught 2 touchdowns on you, 80 yards. Tillman had himself a day. So the fact that he's not going to be playing in this one, I think bodes well for this team. Okay, so that's a little bit of an injury update. But let's get into my keys to victory. Joey's keys to victory, like we like to call them. Number 1, you can't beat yourself. No ifs, ands, or buts about this one, okay? You're the better team, and you're the better team by far, okay? But we've seen this team lose these games, like Week 8 against Cleveland, like Week 2 against Las Vegas. And what do they do when they lose those games? Well, they commit penalties and they miss kicks. Penalties and losses. Chiefs, 7 for 64. Raiders, 11 for 109. Browns, 7 for 53. Steelers, 12 for 80. The Eagles, 4 for 20. Not that bad of a penalty day for the loss, okay? Missed kicks. Chiefs, 2 for 3. Raiders, 3 for 4. Browns, 1 for 2. Steelers, 1 for 3. Eagles, 2 for 4. Now, the good news in all of this is the last game you just played, last couple games you played, the penalties have gotten a lot better. The other good news in all of this is you got a guy in Justin Tucker who has kind of turned his season around in a sense after the bye weekend. Been perfect on field goals, been perfect on extra points. That's exactly what you need to happen, okay? But if you don't, or I guess if you do beat yourself, then that's what's going to happen again. 29-24 was the score in a game where you played a team that was starting Jameis Winston, where you played a team that you were better than and it wasn't even close. And they got the better of you because you beat yourself. So that's where this one starts for me, okay? Is not beating yourself, because if you do, you're going to lose. You saw the score of last time you played this team in Week 8. I want you guys to predict it for me in the comment section down below. What is going to be the score of tomorrow's game? Let me know. If you could call it, I'll give you a special shout out on tomorrow's live stream. I got to give a quick special shout out to our friends over at Prize Picks. Sign up today, get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. It's playoff time. It's now or never. So don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks. It's the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. You can now win 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Prize Picks also offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. They also offer weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. Think Lamar Jackson will get 250 passing yards next week? What about Patrick Mahomes? More than 1.5 touchdowns. Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. Let's take a look at my Prize Picks that I've got for this upcoming weekend. I went random wide receivers. I don't know why, but I'm just feeling it, okay? I took the more on Jamar Chase, 95.5 receiving yards, the more on Jackson Smith and Jigba with 72.5 receiving yards, and the less on Calvin Ridley, 68.5 receiving yards. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks. Get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. Why? Because it's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. Up next, in my opinion, what you got to do is you got to force turnovers, okay? You're going to be either playing Dorian Thompson-Robinson or you're going to be playing Bailey Zapp. And if they go to their emergency quarterback, then you're playing Jameis Winston. All of those guys have an affinity for turning the ball over. And this is exactly what you weren't doing the last time you played this team. I'm going to shuffle through a couple of photos, show how bad these drops were. These should have been interceptions, and you dropped every one of them. There's a pick in the end zone, dropped. What about this one? 20-yard line. Go up to high point it. You drop it. And then this one was the biggest one. The biggest kicker of them all, in my opinion. Kyle Hamilton, Browns' final drive. He catches this one. This game is over. Unfortunately, he drops it. Browns score. Browns win. Okay? And this is all coming from this week's report earlier on Tuesday, from Zach Jackson. Stefanski says Browns will work through the quarterback situation this week. Certainly a chance I could play Bailey Zappi and Dorian in this game. That's what head coach Kevin Stefanski said to the media. So why is this so great? Why do you need to focus on turnovers if you're playing a guy like Dorian Thompson-Robinson? Well, that's about all this guy does. He's played in 6 games. He's thrown 6 picks, 0 touchdowns, only 106 yards a game, and completing barely, and I mean barely, over half his passes. Okay, so you can take advantage of this guy. And if you're able to force turnovers and get points off of said turnovers, and you already have the better team, you already have the better quarterback, you already have the better everything, in my opinion, except maybe edge rusher with Myles Garrett, then you're going to win the game. It's just force turnovers, okay? Please, please, please. You know what else I'm saying? Please, please, please about? I'm begging you guys. Please, please, please hit that sub button. So far in this football season, 6,651 of you guys have done exactly that. And I'm so thankful for each and every single one of you. It's been an awesome season. We've had a ton of fun. And thanks so much for joining me along the way. Also, I got a goal. Get to 25,000 subscribers for the end of the season. We're 689 away from that. So if you want to be one of the next people to join this channel, hit that sub button. It's free. You get everything from it. And if you don't do it, you might not love the Ravens. Final key to victory, number 3 for Joey on his keys to victory is Derrick Henry keeps it rolling. And I'm not going to lie, guys. I've done 18 of these previews, and if I look back at every single one of them, I would guess of the 18, I would guess 16 had Derrick Henry on them. Because he's proved that when you give him the football, good things happen. The last 2 games, 51 freaking carries, 309 yards, over 6 yards a carry, and a touchdown. He's been unreal. Against Houston, against anybody, okay? Pittsburgh, he was running wild. He's been phenomenal. So keep that going. And that's one thing that you didn't do against Cleveland in Week 8. And in my opinion, it's one of the big reasons why you lost. He only had 11 carries. That was his lowest of the entire season. No wonder you lost that game. You only gave it to them 11 times. And that's not like you were even trailing the entire time or trailing big and you had to pass the ball 100 times. No, you were neck and neck. Most of the game you were even winning. But he only carried the ball 11 times. 6.6 yards per carry and a touchdown. Not a bad day. Give it to him more this time around, okay? Vegas time, everybody. I'm going to set an over-under. 99.5. So basically, I'm asking, do you think he gets over 100 yards? If you think over, go ahead and give me an O. If you think under, go ahead, give me a U. Let me know in the comment section down below. My score prediction for this one, I don't think it's close, guys. I don't think this one is even close. I got the Baltimore Ravens winning this one 38-10. I think you make a statement. I think you punch your ticket to the postseason, to the number 3 seed, get the division title in a massive way. Give me Baltimore over the Cleveland Browns by 4 touchdowns. Y'all let me know what you think score is going to be down below. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you guys have had a fantastic week. I'll be back tomorrow for the live show. Make sure to come hang out with me. I'll be going live around 3:15 Eastern time. It's going to be a blast. See you tomorrow. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. 2 down, 1 to go. 67 people watching. Let's see. We got a lot of O's. Ghosted thinks you. Attendance squad said just join. What's going on, attendance squad? Ton of people are here. Ton of people are hanging out. Ton of people are in the chat. We are only 4 subs away from crossing 24,300. Can we get there? Can we get there? A lot of great score predictions. Tons of threes in the chat. You guys have been awesome. 69 likes. I love chains. I mean, we can... Oh, sorry. Did I say tomorrow? Oh, I love chains. I said tomorrow because that video is going to go out on Friday. So that's why. That's why every time I was referring to tomorrow, it's all because that video is going to go out on the channel on Friday. Okay? I'm not crazy. I promise. Appreciate everybody in here. It's been a massive audience, 70 people watching. It's been our biggest live show during the week of the year. So I appreciate every single one of you guys who are hanging out with us. It really does mean the world. Love getting to do these. Hope you guys have some fun New Year's plan tonight. Gonna go live for the college football playoff, and then we're gonna go hang out with my wife somewhere. So I got a pretty good New Year's plan ahead of me. Prince said, Madden 21 vibes. Someone put me off because I'm on fire. That's what I like to hear. That is what I like to hear, my friend. All righty. I'm going to go ahead and get into the final cut on today's episode. The NFL is screwed after what has happened to the Baltimore Ravens. If you want to find out a little bit more about that, stick around because it's coming to you right now. If you're wondering why the NFL is screwed after what has happened for the Baltimore Ravens, well, it's because of these guys right here. It seems that after a long season for this defense, they finally found their footing. And I think all of us can finally say that we're very confident in this group that Zach Orr's trotting out there every single weekend. Happy New Year's Day to you all. Happy 2025. Hope this year is going to bring a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of Ravens dubs for you guys. And if you guys want to kick off the new year in the right way, do me a favor. Very simple, very easy. The best part about it is it's very free. Okay? If you want to kick it off in the best way possible, go ahead, like the video, and if you do, we'll get started with today's video. So, this is what the Ravens' pass defense looked like after Week 11. They were 32nd in yards per game. That's passing yards per game. They were 28th in yards per pass with 6.9. They had a pass percentage of 66.5. Yards after catch, 29th with 1,426. And then yards after catch over expected plus 242. That was all after Week 10. But what we're talking about today is the change that we've seen from Week 11 to now. And it cannot be demonstrated more perfectly than right here, okay? So you see the points per game. You see the yards per game, the pass yards per game, the defensive EPA, the expected points per pass rate, okay? All of that in the first 11 weeks of the season was 25th, 27th, 32nd, 30th, and 37th. Their best of that category was points per game, and they were bottom 8. Also, excuse me, that EPPR's explosive pass play rate. But now if you look at how they've been weeks 11 through 17, first in points per game was 16.3. First in team yards per game with 267.0. 100 yards less. 100 freaking yards less. Pass yards per game, 171.2. That's second best for the last 6 weeks. Over 100 yards less. Defensive expected points added, they're at 0.13. That is the best, highest in the NFL. And then explosive pass play rate, 13.5. That is 11th. So you went from bottom of the barrel to the penthouse. You went from the basement to the roof. You've done a complete 180 turnaround, and I could not be more excited about it. I could not be more thankful for it. And I truly believe that this NFL, every other team in this playoffs, are screwed Because if you had to face off against Baltimore, a team who's finally figured out this defense, my opinion, it's over for you, okay? What do you say? Do you have full trust in this defense, or is there a little bit of you that's still a little bit hesitant to give them full trust with after what they showed you in the first little bit of this year? Type Y for yes if you got full trust. Type N for no. You're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break when that time comes. Don't panic. Leave the ad playing. Go down to the comment section. Find this pinned comment and reply with a Y or an N. So I showed this graphic probably about a month and a half ago. We looked at it a couple times. This is the rank of defensive Super Bowl. This is the defensive rank for every Super Bowl champion since the year 2000. Okay, so the past 24 Super Bowl champions, their defenses have been ranked 1 through 4, 12. 12 of them. That's 50%. Ranked 6 through 10, that's 5. That's 21%. So 71% of Super Bowl winning teams have had a defense ranked in the top 10. Okay, 11 through 15, 2. That's 8%. So what is that? Almost 80% of teams have been top 15. Then 2 in 16 to 20, only 3 in 21 through 25. And where you were sitting after the first 10 weeks, you weren't even top 25. You were outside of all those numbers. And right now where you sit, yards per game, you are 14th. So that is total defense. That's what that ranking is. Okay, you're 14th. You've made a massive jump. But it's not done. Okay? Your rush yards per game, 81.6. That's first. Pass yards per game, 248.5. You're still 30th, okay? You're still not great, but what you've been able to improve on by 50 yards in that pass yards per game over the last 6 weeks is mwah. And it's still got one more game to get even better. And I go back to thinking about Marlon Humphrey, okay? And I think he has been a big reason for a lot of this change. Because if you guys remember, after the Bengals game, which is week 10, in my opinion, this team totally turned it around. And Marlon Humphrey, he knew that something needed to change. This is what he said in the locker room after the game. Mind you, the Ravens won. But he had to say, these wins are getting harder to enjoy based off what we're doing in the pass defense. I feel like when I was a rookie, first-year guy, second-year guy, the vets I looked up to, the standard that was there in the pass defense, we've really lost that standard. And I feel like that falls on me. We're going to keep chasing it. We're going to keep working at it because I'm not really satisfied with what I've built in the secondary and where it's gone. I just don't think playing like this we can go far. It's cool winning, but I want to go far. I want to go to the end. The way we're playing, something has got to change. Do you guys know how refreshing it is for a guy that you look up to as a leader on this team to realize that even though you're winning games, something needs to change? And Marlon's been fantastic. 63 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and 6 interceptions. He's having the best season of his entire career. But all those stats are a wash, in my opinion, because the best thing that he has done for this team and this franchise in 2024 is hold these guys accountable. To change the standard from what it was in the beginning of the season to flip it on its head, and things look totally different, okay? I got a lot more to talk about regarding this defense coming up in just a little bit, but I got to talk about Prize Picks because it's playoff time and it's now or never. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. You can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need a win to receive the $50 bonus because it's guaranteed. Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. Think Lamar Jackson will get more than 250 yards passing next week? What about Patrick Mahomes? Will he get more than 1.5 touchdowns? Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. Let's take a look at my prize picks that I've got rocking this upcoming weekend. I've got the moron Jamar Chase for 95.5 receiving yards. He's been playing phenomenal as of recent. I've got the moron Jackson Smith and Jigba 72.5 receiving yards, and the less on Calvin Ridley with 68.5 receiving yards. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. And up next, I want to talk a lot about this guy, and it's our Darius Washington. I don't think that you can mention the turnaround this defense has had without mentioning his name, okay? But before that, I got to ask you something. Join the family, okay? Do you want to join the family? Because I want you to. We're trying to get to 25,000 subs. We're just about, 700 away, maybe a little bit even less than that, about 680, somewhere in those high numbers. And we need you to get to that 25,000 mark. It was my goal at the beginning of this season. I've been trying to do it all season long. We're so close, and to get there, I need your help. So join the over 23,000 people, 24,000 people that we've got rocking with us on Ravens Rundown. And the thing about our Darius Washington is the exact moment that we saw this team change was when he got inserted in the starting lineup, okay? It was week 11. It was against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you still ended up losing that game, but he had something like 12 tackles. He was unreal. But what I love about him is his abilities to make big plays, okay? If you go back, look at the last 3 wins. He's had a fingerprint in every single one of those, okay? Against the Giants, he had that interception late to ice it, okay? Then against the Steelers, forced a fumble on a rush scramble that was going to give them the lead on the 5-yard line. Laid a lick on Russ. He fumbled the ball, coughed it up. Baltimore Ravens got it, okay? And then against the Houston Texans, Christmas Day, you're leading that. They've got a chance to take the lead, and you get a goal line stop on 4th down. And who's the one that hit Joe Mixon out of bounds? That's right. It was our Darius Washington, okay? But I can't mention Batman or Robin without mentioning one of the other Batmen or Robin. And that's our guy, Kyle Hamilton. I truly believe that this Baltimore Ravens secondary is the best in the NFL, and it's because of those two guys, okay? If you look what Kyle Hamilton has been able to do, I like to say he is the leader of this defense, okay? In my opinion, he's the one who's got the keys. I know Roquan Smith is the green dot. I know Roquan Smith does a ton for this defense, but Kyle Hamilton does just as much. 104 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 1 interception. You could play him anywhere on the field. He's the ultimate chess piece. And is the ultimate team player. And this team would not be where they are without him. I can firmly, confidently say that, okay? And to wrap up today's episode, I want to talk a little bit about Zach Orr, okay? Because after week 10, I was all on the train of you might have to let go of Zach Orr, okay? You might need to cut your losses. Because I didn't think he was up to snuff. I didn't think he could do it. I think some people are position coaches, some people are coordinators. I thought he might just be a position coach. But what he's proved to me, with the changes that he's made and the way this team has responded in the last 7 weeks of the season, he's the reason. His changes are the reason I believe this team can now compete for a Super Bowl, okay? So I want to apologize to Zach Orr. I want to admit I'm wrong. I know it's hard for a lot of people to do. I was wrong about Zach Orr. I think he's the guy for the job, okay? Before we get out of here, I need you guys to do something for me. Grade the play of the defense in the last couple weeks. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope you guys have had an awesome New Year's Day. Hope you're enjoying all the college football playoff games. Hope you're eating a lot of food that's bad for you because you know what? We go to the gyms tomorrow. Happy New Year, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Alrighty, that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. That is our Tuesday live show. And we got another $5 super chat from my man, Core Day Fire, coming in hot. Corday, save some of it for Saturday. Save some of it for the raffle, my guy. Nah, I appreciate every single thing. He said, about to watch college football playoff game. I think Zay Flowers should be at least a 90 overall. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year's to you, Corday. Happy New Year's to everybody watching. We got 60 people still in there. 728 total views, 76 likes. Can we get to 80? We're 4 likes away from 80. Once we get there, I'm signing off, okay? Corday, who you think's going to win tonight? Penn State or Boise State? Y'all all let me know. Joey, New Year for you sounds good. Better clap. That's from I Love Chains. Make sure to like the video. Hope you guys have a fun New Year's Eve tonight. Stay safe. Make good decisions. Have fun with friends and family. Thank the ones that are around you for how awesome of a year 2024 was. And if 2024 wasn't that awesome of a year, hell, I can promise you 2025 is going to be your year. I'm Joey Petersen. This has been Ravens Rundown. Thanks so much, every single one of you guys, for tuning in. I'll see you next time. I guess I'll see you next year.